Hello again, everybody. This is Bobby Mills for theindependent.com with our initial version of Endzone Online. Love it. Today we're in Central City with head coach Troy Huebert. How are you, Coach?
Good, Bobby.
Oh, man, good to see you. It's been 2 years.
Yeah.
My fault, but yeah. Love coming over here. Who wouldn't, you know? Right out the window, the new dome being built, and great facility. You've got it perfect here.
Yeah, we're pretty fortunate. We've got a lot of support.
Great. So, it doesn't seem like you've been here 10 years. Am I on or off?
Yeah, this will be the 10th year.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Does it seem long?
No, I mean it is. It's hard to believe.
Wow, it
just seems like just yesterday I was, GAing up at South Dakota State when I interviewed down here, and all of a sudden 10 years go by and 2 kids and family and
what's happened since you've been here, man? That part of it's you. But so, tell me about your coaching staff. I haven't, the last time I talked was 2 years ago. Has it changed much?
Yeah, so we've got a couple new additions. 2 years ago, we brought in 2 younger guys. Coach Stolpe coaches our D-line. He's actually an Aurora grad, played for my dad.
All right.
And played at Nebraska Westland, played D-line there. So he's awesome. He does a great job. And then Cordell Hamer is the other one. He came on, and he was a receiver when I was coaching here, so I coached him. So it's fun to have a kid back that I coached, and he had 900 and some yards his senior year. Really good player. He went and played receiver at Concordia. So really fortunate. We have 8 coaches on staff. Every one of them played college football. 4 of them, including myself, have been a head coach before for football.
Wow.
And, so a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge for sure.
Oh boy, at a school this size, your Class C1, 4 former head coach, is that, you don't see that all over unless people want to, just take on that role, but sometimes head coaches aren't great assistants unless they're, retired from head coaching like somebody on your staff, I know.
Yeah, you bet.
What about Dad, man? How's that having him on the staff?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Wow.
He does a great job, and he's coaching our O-line, and I know that was something that was new for him. He never coached the line before until he came on with me, and he's taken a lot of pride in that and really got in that position group playing hard, and he's just an inspiration for the kids. He's always positive. I mean, he's just the kids love him, and he's still got a lot of energy. Still coaches with a lot of passion.
Boy.
So yeah, it's fun.
He'll never quit. Randy Huebert, of course, a legend over at Aurora, and I think he was at Pepe in La Vista South, was it, for a while?
La Vista,
yeah.
Yep.
And then now he's here. Can't beat that. So, how many? I heard you had close to 60 kids out for football. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're at 59 right now.
Wow.
And so that's the biggest number. My first year here was our smallest team. We were 34, and then we were upper 30s for a couple years and lower 40s, and we've hit like 48, 49, and then we got a big freshman class that came in and a small senior class that left. And so, our freshman and sophomore classes combined are, 36, 37 kids in those 2 classes. So, there's a lot of interest in football, and the kids want to play, and so, we got a pretty good culture.
And that's a good thing you've gotten them to buy in. I mean, big freshman class doesn't necessarily mean they're all football players, but so that's a great. I love to see those. Are there any big kids walking down the hall that should be playing?
I
mean, I hate to ask that question.
Yeah.
There's usually some will say, nope, got them all out mostly.
Yeah, I mean, there's, you'd always say there's 1 or 2 kids you'd like to maybe have out, but for the most part, we have all the kids out that we anticipated and we were hoping to have out. So, we've done a really good job. Our coaches all work really well together, and we really are trying to promote, multi-sport athletes. We don't want kids to, just be doing one thing. And so I think all of our head coaches do a really good job of encouraging people to go out for stuff. And even if it's not your favorite sport, it's important that you're out at a school our size. So
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Even college coaches will tell you that.
Yeah.
So. Tell me about your offense this year. It has to change a little bit because you're not going to give out any secrets. And we won't ask, but I don't know how you duplicate what you had the last 2 years because Cale Jensen was one of the most fantastic athletes I've seen. When you looked at him, if you were going to run the ball, I mean, sometimes, what's the most times that kid ever threw? Did he throw 50-some passes in a game?
Yeah.
I mean, but
He threw in the 60s. I mean, he has the state record for completions in a game. I think it's 46 or 48.
yeah, and this is 11 man. You know, a lot of times you might see that in 8 man,
Yeah.
but it was an empty backfield a lot of the times. If somebody was going to run, it was him.
Mhm.
I don't know how that kid ever. But you had a good line, I thought.
Yeah. I mean, we were young on our line a year ago, but Kale did a great job. We just, every year we're trying to, work to the strengths of our quarterbacks, and actually our offense didn't change a lot. Our formation did.
Yeah.
But a lot of our scheme and our language, stays pretty consistent. It's not like we're, we got English for 3 years and all of a sudden we're learning Spanish for
Well,
the last
no,
2.
you don't
We do a
change
good
that.
job. We do a pretty good job of keeping our same schemes with our run and pass game, but we can decorate it up differently. And obviously the last 2 years with Kale,
Yeah.
his best asset was throwing and letting him drop back and throw. So we wanted to spread things out. And like you said, if we did run the ball, it was a lot of time with him, or we'd have motion and
I like
motion guys
that.
across.
So who are some of the key figures on offense? And I like that O-line. I've had 1,000-yard rusher for so many years on my mind, and they don't go anywhere without the O-line. Everybody knows that. So
Yeah.
I'm starting to recognize the linemen a lot more than I used
Yeah.
to. So how's that O-line looking with your dad at the helm?
Yeah, we're excited about our group on the line. We got all 5 starters back from last year.
Ooh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, we really we lose Kale, our quarterback, and then one other guy that played receiver and defensive back. So we got 9 starters back on both sides of the ball. So it's it's been a really good fall camp, pretty smooth transition. Just with so many kids back, and our seniors now are good leaders, really good leaders in that class, and they've had a lot of success. That group, not necessarily maybe last year in football, but in basketball and baseball, a lot of our sports, wrestling, they've won a lot, and so
Sure.
they know how to compete, and they're excited about trying to get our program to where it needs to be.
And that schedule is no favor either.
Yeah.
If you start figuring, because I think St. Paul, Adams Central, Aurora's in there, that might be, there may not be more than 3 or 4 losses, if that many.
Yeah.
And then you throw in Pierce and Ord, and it's like,
Yeah.
you may be happy you have that many kids back.
Yeah.
Because that's a test. What do you think
Absolutely.
about the way the schedule's laid out? Home away, home away, home away, home away.
Yeah.
I mean, is that probably okay, isn't it?
Yeah. We got 5 home games and 4 on the road this year.
And they alternate.
So, yeah, it's nice. And like you said, our schedule, is tough, but we're really excited about it because, in my opinion, we want to be in the playoffs and advance in the playoffs every year, and you got to play the best to
Oh,
do
yes.
that. So, like you said, we got to order right out of the gate. We know we got to be ready to play, but we're optimistic that we can compete, and we'll see what happens.
I'm sure it'll be good. Would you have to play Aurora? You don't have to tell me this, but do you request that Aurora's on your schedule?
No, I mean because.
Come on, NSAH.
Yeah, no, they're in our district, so.
Yeah, well, they have to be
so
last
that's why.
year.
Yeah, so we played them actually. It would have been 3 years ago. The
Yeah.
last time they were in C1. We went down to their place, and we had that game won. They scored late in the game and scored a 2-point conversion to take the lead and beat us by a point. So, I was really proud of how we competed down there a few years ago, and so. I think our kids will be up to the challenge. I like that we have them week 9. So.
Yeah.
Both teams, should be ready for that game.
Sounds good to me. I'll probably be there.
Yeah.
What about defense? Do you have the same guys? It looked like from another publication I read that you might have some one-way starters, not two-way, which is a luxury of this day and age in high school football.
Yeah. There's going to be a couple guys for sure. And the thing that's nice is I think we're building some pretty good depth, on both sides. So if we are starting guys 2 ways, we're going to have some guys that we feel good about rotating. But yeah, we return again. Like I said, we return most of our guys on defense, and our secondary should be really solid. Our inside linebacker play, that's what we really got to work on going into that game 1. We got to get a little better there. But with our D-line returning, our O-line returning.
Wow.
This will be the second year in our 3-4. We switched last year to that, so I think we'll be more confident and comfortable in that, that transition. has been a lot better. We're a lot farther ahead with our install, so far in fall camp,
I kind
and
of
summer
like that
camp.
defense.
So yeah, I'm excited about our group.
Good
So,
deal.
yeah.
Well, I didn't realize you had that many kids back. So, and those good teams have to come here, don't they? Ord, Pierce, Aurora's
Yes.
here,
Yes.
AC here.
AC's here.
Wow.
Yeah, we go to St. Paul. That's the one.
That's
out
the
of those
one.
5. Yeah, that's on the road.
Wow, sets up pretty good.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what do you think of this schedule? Do you think it's tough?
Yeah. I mean,
I think it's one of the toughest in the state.
Yeah. We kind of felt like our last cycle was pretty tough.
No kidding.
As well. So, the Pierce one was interesting. Just getting them thrown in with our district, but like I said, we like to play against the best teams.
That's
We're
right.
not gonna complain about our schedule, and the good thing is, like you said, most of those games are at home, and we feel like we got a good home field advantage, and our kids love playing at home. So it'll be fun to go out there and see what happens.
Talk about what this facility means to you guys. Is it preferred popcorn field? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, correct.
I don't think I've ever seen something this nice. That is amazing. That's unbelievable. That just doesn't usually happen. Those kids have to be. Senior high, of course, has a nice facility in GI, but this has to make the kids feel proud to have a home field like this.
Absolutely. We were really in need of a new field when I got here, and when Mr. Jensen, when Jeff got here, I think he saw that right away as well. We were thinking about recrowning and reseeding it all, and I talked to him a little bit about the field turf route, and he was quick to get on the ball, and so everything kind of worked out.
Right.
And so we're on year 6, I believe, on our field turf already, and it's it's in really good shape. It's still, to me, it feels like new. So we were one of the first in C1 probably to have field turf. I know a lot more people are starting to get that now, but it sure makes for practice a lot easier.
Anytime,
anything that we do, we're out there.
Anytime, any weather, the band, I guess, could be on it.
Absolutely, they use it. Yeah.
Don't have to kick. I used to take care of football fields, and bands were like, "Oh, please."
Yeah.
Flat feet are worse than, we know that, are
Yep.
worse than cleats. But and then the big screen, and they know how to run it here. Do they have a class for that?
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. They do a Bison's Productions class, and
Wow.
so all of our kids,
Love
come
it.
in and do their, announce if they, their starter on offense or defense, and so.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's kind of a fun little deal. I know the parents really like it. I mean, it's
Oh,
for
of course they
it's for
do.
the fans, more than anything. I know our kids do too, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
So, 9 guys on each. Who's going to be your running back? I'm a running back guy, so I have to ask that before we check out here.
Yeah.
Is it by committee?
Yeah,
On
we got
defense?
a couple
Offense,
guys. Dylan Pfeiffer, he was banged up all last year. He played, but he ended up having off-season knee surgery, and so he's finally getting healthy. And so he's kind of taking that A-back role, that inside slot. He'll move back there a little bit in the backfield. And then we got a freshman, Corbin Kais is his name, and we're really excited about that kid.
I've heard all about that
He's going to
kid.
play for us.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then, tell me about the wide receiver. That's
Yeah, so we got Ashton Gregg.
oh man,
Yeah,
what
we got-
unbelievable.
Yeah, he's a good player. We got him on one side, and then we got Aiden Zickman on the other. So both those guys are about 6'3", and so big targets. And we've got, like I said, we've got Tyler Carroll back, and he was a state finalist in the hurdles.
Yes.
So he's about a 4.5 40 guy, can really run. So he'll play in the slot, and then we got some younger guys that are really coming along as well. So
I can't think of 2 wideouts that are any better than that in C1 at least. I don't know, but
yeah,
we have to be pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
Greg is such a great player.
Yeah. They both, had a good year last year, and I think they've gotten a lot stronger and faster, and so, we're hoping for big things.
Boy, things look so good here. So I hope,
So-
and you can't control injuries, but you do have depth. So we're going to go like that for the Bison, and everything's looking good to me. I hope it looks good for you and continue
Yeah.
success. Everybody reported with no injuries this year for practice. I'm hoping.
Yeah,
So
we're pretty healthy.
good. So onward and upward, man. Good
Yeah.
luck this season.
Yeah, appreciate it.
I'll be on the sidelines, man, and I may have to stand on the home sidelines for a change here because it's usually kind of congested. But
Yeah.
there'll be room for me way down at the end, I guess, or
Come
something.
on over.
All right.
All right.
Troy Huebert, head coach for Central City. We wish them the best of luck. I don't think they need much luck here, but for McKenna behind the camera, Bobby Mills for the Independent.com. Catch me with another version of Endzone Online down the line.